Thinking is like when you think about something and you like think about something you do.
When you're trying to understand something. For me, thinking is the mental way of figuring out something or imagining something.
Understanding and learning about things that I didn't know before.
You're thinking, well, it's asking me to do this. How am I going to answer that? Do a thinking phase, then you think in your brain.
Thinking is when little pieces of information in your brains connect together to make a big information.
One answer is not right. Try different ways because not only one's the answer, but there could be several answers.
And also thinking is like imagining something. Like if you're building something, you're thinking something, you're learning something. Like painting a lot or building, getting creative. That stuff comes into your mind and it pops up right up.
And then your mind automatically goes to okay, this is this, and you have to use your already what you know to figure out something else. But if you don't know something, then you just have to think deep and think of some things you already know and then try to combine them.
I think thinking is when you're doing something on a piece of paper and you don't know what's going to happen. So you take all the things that you know and you put them together and you kind of try to figure out what it means.
It's just like focusing. Thinking it's kind of like focusing. It's like focusing. It's like what was I going to say? It's kind of like you're building. It's kind of like you're building stuff because you're building. You're thinking more, which helps you learn. And then learning is of course great.
Like when you're building a big robot, you have to think up thoughts to build the robot.
Moving so you can share your thinking, that's like an opinion. Opinion is what you think. Maybe someone else doesn't think what you think, but they think that is good that you think that.
Maybe thinking is about wondering stuff.
Oh, what would happen if I would do this? And then you say, oh well, it would do this. But then how could I solve that problem? And then so it's like a tree that grows. Every little, you're gonna expand it even more.
One ball, it's inside and then it's turning and... When I'm thinking, there's like a big library in my head with lots of books on the shelves, and in every book there contains like a subject, and like when I learn something, it adds to the book. So your brain gives all these messages.
Is turning quickly and doing thinking and showing something in our head.
What is the answer to this? How can I get to the answer? What are the first steps of doing this so that you can work step by step, thinking step by step until you have a grand answer.
Thinking is when you're thinking. So there's a machine in your head that makes you think. And when you think.
Usually inside your brain, when you learn something new, you get another brain track, and it helps you getting smarter and smarter.
When I'm thinking, I'm imagining things in my head or doing sums in my head.
Thinking about how I can do it, what are the ways I can do it, and what questions I have maybe to it.
I wouldn't see because there's a controller in the brain that controls me how to see.
Thinking looks like in my head, looks like It's like a bumpy ball of like sticky things.
I'm pushing myself to go deeper in and try thinking about the connections.
So when I'm thinking, my head is swirling around about the answer and I'm trying to calculate it in my head.
I think it looks like when you have like loads of different sums in your brain and your brain is going around in circles.
The nerves in my brain, they kind of send a signal to whatever I want to move. For example, right now I'm moving my hand.
Thinking looks like little like clouds, and they're different colors.
What if, Liz, like a snail does not have a tongue, and then you have to think yes or no. So.
And now you have to think. What is guacamole? And what is it made of?
Because I really think about my thinking.